I'm Jamie Hooper with Remax Crest and jamiehooper.com, and today we are here to talk about the April real estate statistics. But before we do that, I would just like to remind you that if you get any enjoyment out of these videos, any value, to please just click a thumbs up button, make a comment, or even subscribe to our YouTube channel or our Facebook page. So we're beginning to see a lot of things in the press about how the market is slowing down dramatically and things are changing as interest rates rise, etc. We're going to touch on a bunch of these points later on. But what was interesting is I looked at these statistics that came out 24 hours ago, and I was quite shocked how they indicate that we are still in an extreme seller's market, which is quite interesting. So most of this that I found, though, is happening north of the Fraser River. I'm finding areas south of the Fraser River that we don't typically report a lot on, areas like South Surrey, Langley, White Rock, Cloverdale, Surrey, North Delta. Those areas are experiencing more of a slowdown. Those places are all on the Fraser Valley Real Estate Board, and today we're going to be focusing more on the Greater Vancouver Board. So it's just interesting to see that. Now, getting back to where we are here, if you have a look at the statistics behind us, these numbers are pretty much the same as what we've seen before over the last several months. The only thing that's changing, the multiple offer situations are down slightly, but if you look at these numbers, this is the percentage of how many homes that have sold are receiving multiple offers, and they're still quite high figures. The list to sell ratios is where you're going to see the figures down a little bit. And what the list to sell ratio is, it's the percentage of houses that sold in a month compared to how many are still on the market. So we can see the list to sell ratios are down, but they all are indicating seller's markets still for the detached housing sales. And now if you have a look at this next page with the attached sales, the attached sales are for condos, townhomes, and half duplexes. They're pretty much the same. The days on market, the median days on market aren't changing that much. And the percentage of prices people are getting above asking, those are down slightly too. But it's pretty much, we see pretty intense sellers markets in these areas. So that's one of the things I wanted to touch on. Another thing I don't do very often or at all really is make predictions, but I've been doing this long enough that I think we're going to see a bit of a lull here. We're going to see the lull for a few reasons, such as we've got rising interest rates, bad press in the media, etc. So what I think this is going to create for us over the summer here, for those people who are exhausted with trying to find a home, I think that you're going to have a better opportunity where you're not going to get into situations where there's a whole bunch of offers each time. This is a buying opportunity. Now, the doomsayers are going to say, oh, this is just some realtor up here saying this and saying that. So I'm going to give them a little bit of proof here with my next graph. This is my favorite graph. This graph goes back 45 years to 1977. I don't want to go all the way back there. I want to go back to May of 1977, when the average cost of a detached house in the Lower Mainland was roughly $400,000. Now, if you had taken out a 25-year mortgage and had not refinanced over that period of time, today your house would be worth $2.3 million if real estate were an exact science. It's almost up 6 times over. So if you'd put even 20% down back then, you would have had a mortgage of roughly $1,700 or $1,800 a month at the beginning, and that mortgage would have gone down substantially to $800 or $900 a month, which would be a pretty cheap mortgage to pay off, and your house would be paid off this month, and that would be the equity you have. Going back, if you bought a condo back then, you'd go from $200,000 to $840,000, so you're up about 420%. And if you bought a townhouse for $250,000, that's worth almost $1.2 million today. So you're up 480% there. That is why I'm telling you, you have a buying opportunity now. If you have a look at these lulls here, the first lull came in 2008, 2009 with the U.S. banking crisis. You can see the graph takes a dip there. Buying opportunity. If you go to 2011, there was a major tsunami in Japan that affected our market for 18 to 24 months over here. Buying opportunity again. In 2016, in the summer, the foreign buyers tax came in, and the market from January 2017 till the summer of 2019 went down. You had your best buying opportunity in recent years in 2019. So that's why I'm telling you, you may have the opportunity to do the same thing this summer. Remember what Warren Buffett said, be fearful when others are buying and be buying when others are fearful. It makes perfect sense. I'm Jamie Hooper with Remax Crest and jamiehooper.com, and we will be back soon to talk about the state of the Vancouver real estate market next month.